everybody, welcome to my bathroom of all places. This little video is going to give you an overview of some strategies you can try to help with managing your shortness of breath with showering, dressing, and grooming. Okay, so all of those are activities that, as we know, can cause shortness of breath. And so let's get started with going over some strategies with showering. For whatever reason, whether it's the steam, whether it's all the bending and reaching, the humidity, showering can cause a lot of shortness of breath. And when we think about those 6 P's that we talked about in the introduction video, really all of them would apply to showering. On a separate note, before I kind of talk about those 6 P's, if you have oxygen, please wear it in the shower. So obviously you can't take the tank in with you, but that tubing can go in the shower with you, and we recommend that you do use it. It's exertion, it's a lot of work to take a shower, so please use your oxygen, okay? So if we think about those 6 P's with having a shower, I'm going to start with planning, okay? So the first way that you would want to plan your shower is to pick the best time of the day for you. So the time of the day where you have the most energy, okay? If that's not first thing in the morning, that's okay. Maybe you plan your day a little bit differently. Maybe you take your shower in the afternoon or the evening. Whenever you have the most energy, planning your shower for that time, okay? The next thing you want to do is to gather up everything that you would need before you get started. So I have here, just to demonstrate, clothes, towels. In the shower I have kind of the shampoo, the soap, whatever I would need. And then I also, oh sorry, that was loud. I also have this long-handled sponge as well. So this is something that can be really super handy in terms of bending and reaching, right? You can be standing and still be able to wash your feet or wash your back, things like that. So this can come from any home healthcare type store. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them from Walmart, dollar store, whatever. But certainly this is probably one of the best recommendations I have in terms of having a shower to minimize that bending and reaching. Okay, so planning, gathering up everything that you need, okay? The next thing you're gonna do is think about your pacing. So I often hear people say to me, you know, I rush through and try and get my shower done as quickly as possible because I get short of breath. And what I would really encourage you to do is slow your speed, okay? Don't rush through, take your time. And pair that with your pursed lip breathing, okay? So using that breathing throughout. If you find that the heat and the humidity is an issue for you, try cracking a window, turning on a fan, depending on who you live with, maybe having the door open while you shower. Another technique that you can try to minimize that steam is to consider a handheld shower head. So I'll just show you mine here. All of them look a little bit different, but this one is ours. And the idea being that you can point it wherever you need it, okay? And the nice thing about that is when you're pointing it wherever you need it, you're not having so much steam generated by having kind of your shower head up top and just pouring the steam down, okay? The other piece of that is trying to have not a cold shower, but not a hot shower as well, okay? So the next thing we're going to talk about is that positioning piece, right? Because as we talked about yesterday, or in the other video, when you're bending and compressing these muscles, the breathing can get a little bit more tricky. So if you can try and be more upright, that can be helpful for having a shower. So again, that's where the shower, the long-handled sponge would come in handy. The other piece that can make showering a lot easier would be having a shower chair. Okay, so that's a chair that sits right in your shower, in your tub, that you sit on throughout, and that's going to save you a lot of energy. If right now you don't have one, but you feel like it would be helpful, absolutely there are ways to get one right now. So if you do online shopping, Amazon does have some, and I can certainly send you the links to those. There are also home health care stores in and around Brantford that sell them and would offer delivery. So if that's something that's of interest to you, please give me a call. Again, it can make a huge difference. A little disclaimer with the shower chair is please do not just put any chair in your shower, okay? It needs to be one that's special, has suction cups on the bottom so that it doesn't move, okay? There are lots of different devices and things that you can get for in the shower to make it a little bit easier. So things like having grab bars installed, a shower chair, the long-handled sponge. There are lots of different things that you can try, and so I'm happy to go over those with you. Okay. The other piece of showering is also, as we mentioned, taking your time and pacing, but also planning breaks throughout. So maybe after your shower, you just, as you can see, I'm sitting on my daughter's little step stool here, but having a chair in the bathroom or somewhere where you can sit down that you just plan, you know what, when I'm done my shower, I'm just gonna sit and I'm gonna rest for a little bit, okay? If you find that you get a lot of shortness of breath with showering, you can take your rescue inhaler about 10 minutes before you get started to just open things up a little bit more to hopefully help with your breathing, okay? That's kind of an overview of showering. Certainly I'm happy to help you kind of talk through and problem solve it a little bit more as well on a one-to-one basis, so just give me a call. Oftentimes, of course, with showering, hand in hand is dressing, right? Because we shower, then we need to get dressed. So again, when we're thinking about those 6 P's, we would use the same sort of principles, right? So the first is planning. Plan out what you're gonna wear and start and gather everything up before you get started. Then sit down, much like I am right now. We want you to sit down to do all of your dressing. You're gonna save a lot of energy doing it that way. If you find that you have difficulty with getting your socks on or you're doing a lot of bending and reaching, again, there are a lot of devices that I can kind of talk you through different options, and I'll show you some of those right now. So probably the first and most helpful one is the sock aid. Okay, it looks like this. You can get lots of different versions of this, but this is a pretty common one, okay? So the way that it works is you take your socks, okay? You kind of fold up the sock aid like this, and then you're gonna pull your sock on the sock aid. Okay, now you want to spin your sock so that the heel is at the bottom, so it's facing down, okay, and the toe is tight. As you'll see, there's also these little ridges here. You don't want the sock to come up over the ridges or it will get caught, okay? Once you have it ready, I'm gonna try and show you. You're gonna throw this down on the floor. I'll try and show you. You can slip your foot into it and pull your sock on, okay? I know that's not the best demonstration because of where I am and the camera and whatnot, but that gives you a little bit of an idea of how to get your sock on. If this is of interest, give me a call because I can let you know where you can order them, have them delivered, and that can be an option for you, okay? Another really handy tool is, this is the reacher, okay? So, you can use it for lots of different things, and I'll show you what you can use it for in other videos, but one way that you can do it is with getting your pants on, okay? So if this is your pair of pants, what you can do is you can kind of loop around the waistband and lower it down kind of over your foot, okay? And then once you get it to pull to a certain point, you can reach the other and pull it up that way. So this is certainly an option that can be helpful for getting dressed, okay? So those are things thinking about your positioning and keeping that nice upright position to keep these muscles open, okay? Again, the next P we want to focus on is really around that pacing and pursed lip breathing. So taking your time. Maybe you get your socks and get your pants on first, take a rest. Do your breathing throughout the whole time, but really take a rest at that point before you go and get your shirt on, okay? Spread it out. What I meant to mention in my other larger video too is that the energy conservation strategies that you need might change from day to day. So if you're having a good day, maybe you don't need to use as many of the energy conservation strategies. Maybe you don't need to pace quite so much. Still do it, but maybe you don't need to take as many breaks. But maybe there are other days that are not so good, and especially on those days that are not so good, we really, really want you to be focusing on that breathing and focusing on the rest and listening to your body to know when you need to stop and when you need to take a rest, okay? The next piece that I just want to touch on is that grooming piece. So things like brushing your teeth, washing your face, hair, makeup, shaving, you name it, right? And so, as I said, I am sitting on a little stool right here. But if you have a room, having a chair in the bathroom, or if you have a walker, bringing your walker in and putting the brakes on, having a chair in the bathroom can be a really helpful strategy so that you can pull the chair up to the counter and sit at the counter to do your makeup, brushing your teeth, doing your hair, shaving, sitting to do those tasks instead of standing, okay? When we're thinking about that morning routine, we really want to plan enough time so that you're not rushing through it, so that you have time to rest. And also thinking about and prioritizing what needs to be done every day. So maybe for some you don't need to shave every day, or maybe for some you don't need to wash your hair every day. It's kind of spreading it out throughout the week so that you have the energy that you need to get it all done when you need to. Okay, so that's an introduction to showering, dressing, and grooming. And like I said, if you have questions, just give me a call. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.